Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of our Touchbase Thursday for September 27th. I'm a little late, and so I apologize to all of you for that. I was busy trying to get a blog post done with some information for all of you about my class that I'm going to be sharing with you today. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes here. My lighting, it looks like I might be a little off, so I'm going to adjust my table here. See if I can fix that a little bit. And then we're going to just wait a little bit and go ahead and get started. I noticed that a couple of you, I see Terry, my friend Terry just commented that she was trying to put in an order and having some difficulty. So Terry, if you still want to put that order in, I will be happy to quickly add you to my drawing before we draw for tonight. And anybody else who might be having any problems. I apologize, I was not online checking things in case any of you had any issues for the last about, I'd say 40 minutes. I was busy with trying to get a blog post done for what I'm sharing with you all tonight. So anyway, I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes here before I go ahead and get started. And I wanted to, first of all, talk to all of you about this awesome shirt that I have on. So I need to post the link for all of you to be able to purchase one of these shirts. But this shirt came about from a bunch of my ladies that were hanging out in the basement, calling ourselves the Basement Bunch Stampers, and that became my group. So all of you that are part of my team, part of my clubs, part of my classes, anything to do with Kim Vogel and stamping, you are part of the Basement Bunch Stampers. And so we proudly wear these shirts at different events that we go to. Any event that I go to that I'm a vendor at, I wear them. And I am now able to sell them in my friend's Etsy store. And so I will be posting a link for all of you to be able to get a shirt. I'm hoping you guys can see it okay, but it just says the Basement Bunch Stampers, where we have bunches of fun, and my signature flowers. You guys know I wear flowers all the time. So anyway, you will be able to get your own shirt shortly, and they're very reasonably priced. So first of all, before we get started into what we're going to be talking about tonight, I wanted to make sure you guys know that, you share my video, get my name out there. You'll have a chance at winning some prizes. And I am reaching for all of my, Terry, if you confirm that you're going to be putting in an order, I will get your name entered into the drawing. So if you want to do that, that would be wonderful. Just let me know. So winners from last week for sharing my video, we had a snail adhesive, and we had some red rhinestones. So the winner of the red rhinestones is Nancy Petrie. Nancy, congratulations. I know I'll be seeing you hopefully in October, but in the meantime, I'll get these in the mail to you. She lives out in Tennessee. And then the winner of the snail refill is Penny Oram. So congratulations, Penny. Penny, I'm going to probably put this in your scrapbook kits that I'm hoping to get out in a couple of weeks. And if I don't get them out in time, I might just bring them with me to Mary's Dream when I know for sure I'll see you. But you will get that, I promise. Up for grabs this week for sharing is I have 2 bolts of ribbon, and they're both great for Christmas cards. So that is kind of why I chose these bolts of ribbon. One is the Real Red ribbon, and this is just the simple, what is it? It's called, and it's just the regular cotton ribbon, but I love it. And the other one is the copper trim. Now this copper trim you can actually peel apart and use it in different ways on your cards and on your projects. So those are up for grabs next week. Please comment and let me know that you shared, because I've been having some problems with my I'm not being able to see everybody that shared. So I'm just going to say hi to a few of you. I see I have Sharon's joined, Shireen's out there, Claudia, Shelby, Luann. Welcome, ladies. Glad to have you all here. So anyway, again, share, share, share. Few announcements for all of you that I want to talk to you about. So I apologize for not being able to go live with you all last week. I was gone to a Stampin' Up! Creative Convention event down in Okemos, and I always hate missing lives with all of you, but I also feel it's important for me as a demonstrator, as a mentor, teacher for all of you to go to Stampin' Up! Events where I'm around other demonstrators and learn from them as well, so that I can come back and share additional things with with all of you. And so that is where I was last week, Friday, Saturday. And so it was hard for me to do a Facebook Live on Thursday night. And so, but I've come back with lots of ideas, lots of new different things that I'm going to try to be implementing in my business that might be easier and better for some of you. So you might be seeing a few changes as we start our new Stampin' Up! Year. So Stampin' Up! Year begins October 1st and it goes through September 30th. And I know I've mentioned this to all of you that I had a huge sales goal. And I'm so close. I'm so close. So first of all, I want to thank all of you that have put in those $50 orders to get into my drawing. We're going to be doing that drawing here in just a little while. But I want to thank all of you for doing those orders for me. One person's going to be receiving, I'm actually going to be drawing 5 names out of there. So one person's going to be receiving a bundle, a stamp set, embellishment. So we'll go over all that in just a little bit. But I'm really excited to tell you that I'm only $800 away from my sales goal. And every year my sales goal is to do a little bit more than what I did the previous year. So I'm going to be offering yet one more incentive. Now this is only going to be going on for the next 4 days because I have to have these, our year ends September 30th. So anybody who puts in a minimum $30 order, that's all I'm asking is a minimum $30 order. It's going to be put in, get their name in the drawing to receive this awesome Christmas punch kit. And I'm going to be going over this kit with you tonight. We're using it actually on the projects that I'm going to be sharing with you. But one lucky winner will receive this. And I don't want to give away too much what's in it, but it is, the tin is great for baked goods later, but it is full of Stampin' goodies. And it's a $45 value that one person will be able to win. And anybody who puts in an order from now to the end of September will also receive some embellishments from me. Not sure what it will be yet. It might be something, it'll be something nice and flat that I can easily send in a card to all of you, but it will be like sequins or the little twinkle stars, something like that. But I am so close. So I just want to say thank you all so very much. It means so much to me that you guys invest your time and that you enjoy watching me, and I love doing this for all of you. So, and again, if there's anything that you want to see or you want to learn, please message me and say, hey Kim, can you do a video on this or on that? I want this time to be for you. I want to be able to share with you things that you might need to know or learn, or to make you, not that you need to be a better crafter, because we're all beautiful crafters with whatever we make, but I want to make sure that I'm covering what you guys need. So that input is very valuable to me, and you will never hurt my feelings if you say, why don't you ever show this? Because what you might be doing is something I may have never ever thought of. So please, I'd be happy to teach you whatever you think might be beneficial for you in your card making and in your scrapbooking. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is so the kits for the fundraiser that we did for Dawn. I promised you guys an update. I don't have a complete total of how much we've raised for her yet. We still have a raffle that we are doing here in the basement for, I'm going to keep it open for a little bit into October for my local classes that come into my basement. Those of you that bought kits to go, I have half of them ready to go. The other 20 are in progress of being shipped out. And I promised everybody they'd have them by the end of September. I'm trying really hard. I had a minor little setback last week. I had a medical issue I needed to tend to. Nothing major, but I did take a couple of days out of my schedule. So when you're as scheduled as me with work and my work plan, it really threw me for a loop for a couple of days. But I promise you, those will be coming out. Like I said, I've got about 20 of them sitting here with Post-it notes on. I just got to get the labels on, and the other 15 or 20, I think it might be just 15 left. I got a little bit of cutting to do. So anyway, thank you for your patience on that, but I promise you will get your kits soon. The next thing I wanted to mention to you all is that October 6th is the National World Card Making Day. Now, I am not able to actually do an event on October 6th. I've already got a previous commitment, and I always say every year that I want to do some kind of an event on World Card Making Day. So what I want you guys to do is I'm going to do something else that's kind of fun. I want you all to make a card on World Card Making Day, or even maybe if you don't have a chance to make a card, I want you to post a card, post a picture of a card that you created onto our Basement Bunch Stampers group page. And everybody who posts a card, I'm going to put their name into a drawing, and one lucky winner is going to receive a free stamp set of their choice valued at up to $25. But I want us to be sharing. I want this page to be a little bit more where we share ideas with each other. So please feel free to share what you're working on, share your projects, I don't ever want you to feel that your projects aren't good enough. Anything homemade is beautiful, and I think that we all can learn from each other that way. So that is something I'm going to be doing for World Card Making Day, and you're going to be seeing posts on my page from now until then, reminding everybody to start thinking about some projects that you can share on that day. I'm also going to be offering a some kind of an ordering special that day. I know Stampin' Up! Has something. They haven't released it to us yet, but they have some kind of an ordering promotion they're going to be having come out as well. So as soon as I get the details on that, I'll make sure all of you know that as well. I just don't have those details yet. So making sure that I have everything that I need here before we continue. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our the raffle that I'm going to be doing next before we transition to our stamping. And I am actually going to go and grab a ticket because Terry did confirm that she's going to be putting in a $50 order, and so I would like to get Terry's name into this drawing as well. So bear with me. I'm going to disappear for just a moment. Again, when you're on Facebook Live, it's real time. So my tickets are at my back table. I'm going to go grab them, and I'm going to put her name in there, and then we're going to do our wonderful drawing. So I'll be back in about 1 minute. I should mention that there's anybody else who wanted to get their name in there yet for the order of promotion. And if you're wondering, if you're forgetting what my promotion was, I need to find a pen. My promotion was anybody who put in an order in September of $50 or more. So Scrapbook Club ladies, if you did an order that was $50 or more, no need to fret. Your name has been put in there. But anybody who put in an order of $50 or more got their name put into my drawing. I have all my tickets in this little blue, so all the names are in here, blue tickets, and I actually hand wrote the names on them. And anybody who put in a $50 order was going to get their name into my drawing to receive a free bundle of your choice. And I actually decided to add a few additional items into that drawing as well. So how it's going to work is like this. The first name that I draw is going to receive a free bundle of your choice. I'm going to ask that you email that to me either hopefully right away, the next day or so. I want to get that ordered. Now it's going to take about a week and a half to get that bundle to you, okay? Because obviously I don't have it here that I can ship out right away. And then the second prize that someone's going to get is a free stamp set of your choice. Any stamp set valued up to $25. So again, that will not be able to be shipped until I order it and get it here. So, and then 3 winners are going to be drawn to receive an embellishment. And I have 3 embellishments that I'm giving away. One is the Twinkle adhesive backed sequins. These are really cute. The other one is the basic adhesive backed sequins, some more little sequins, and I love these adhesive backed sequins. They add a really nice little, just a little design to some simple cards, but they have the adhesive already on them, so you don't have to worry about having to mess with anything. And then the final one is the Festive Farmhouse wood elements. So those are my 3 embellishments that I am going to be picking out for tonight. So we're going to be doing this drawing live. Like I said, I've put everybody's name in here. And the first one that I am going to be picking out of here is going to be the winner of the bundle of their choice. And I'm shaking them up really good, ladies. I really am. Okay, so the bundle of your choice winner is Marianne McGinnis. Marianne, you are the winner of the bundle of your choice. Marianne, I think, had her name in there a couple times. So congratulations, Marianne. I will be in touch with you. I know that you usually watch my Facebook Lives, so I know that you will probably see this eventually. If not, I'll be emailing you for your choice. Congratulations, Marianne. Okay, our next person is going to be the winner of the stamp set of their choice, valued up to $25. Okay, and that winner is Kathy Grew. Kathy's one of my scrapbook club ladies, and she was just here this last week. So Kathy, you are the winner of my stamp set, valued up to $25. So I will be in touch with you as well. She also usually is either on my Facebook Live or she watches the replay. So hopefully she'll see that as well. Okay, the next one is the sequins. So these are the adhesive backed sequins. And the winner of the adhesive backed sequins is my wonderful sister, Bonnie Kaiser. So Bonnie, congratulations. My sister, I gotta tell you guys, will do anything for a chance to win something. She's pretty competitive that way. She loves like raffles, and when I do my bingos, which I'm gonna be doing a face-to-face bingo and an online bingo again in October, but she will buy extra cards to get the coverall. She just loves a chance to win anything. So, love her dearly, but she's so funny that way. The next item up for grabs is the Twinkle adhesive backed sequins. And the winner of those goes to Marianne McGinnis. So Marianne, you win twice, and you know you get your name in here as many times as you put a $50 order in. So congratulations to Marianne. She is another winner tonight. Boy, she was lucky. And the last is the wood elements. So the wood elements, the winner of those is Sabina Miller. Sabina, you are the winner of the wood elements. So that's our lucky winners for tonight's drawing. And I do drawings like that every 2 or 3 times a year. So make sure that you follow along and play along. It's always fun to have a chance to win something, and I think we all like to win. So yes, I want to make sure you guys know online bingo will be the end of October. I'll be posting details about that again. It's been a huge hit, so I decided to offer that again. And I'm also going to be doing a local bingo in probably, I think it's 2.5 weeks. October schedule, I promise, will be posted. If not, and then by the end of this weekend, it will be posted. Okay, so with that, I don't think I have any other announcements. I'm going to transition down to my stamp table, and I'm going to share with you a class that I'm going to be offering as an online to-go class, or it's also available for local pickup. I'm also going to probably offer this class as an actual live class for any of you that want to come to my house to do it in October as well. But it is a fun class. These cards that I'm going to be sharing with you is actually the cards that I am making for my personal Christmas cards this year that I started actually last week already. I mentioned to you all I send out over 100 personal cards, over 100 business cards to all of my customers. So I start early with all of these cards. And what I like about the cards that I'm going to share with you is that they are very simple, easy, duplicatable cards. So these are cards that are beautiful, but not going to take you a lot of time if you're going to be making a lot of them, and doesn't require a lot of hard work, but they're just simply gorgeous. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and transition down and share with you some of the cards I'm making, some of the product that's going to be included in the class. I have a blog post that's going to be going live at about 7:30 tonight on kimsbasementbunch.com that you'll be able to look at all of the details and register if you're interested in purchasing this class. So again, feel free to check that out. I'm going to transition the camera down, and I'll be with you all momentarily. Okay, I'm actually looking, I have to tell you that I'm actually looking at an app that it's called the Switcher Studio, that will allow me to not have to do this with my little stand. And I was actually looking at it today. I was off work this afternoon, and so I was looking at it to see if it's something that I can figure out, because technology, it takes me a little while to figure it out. But I was thinking, that might be an awesome thing for me to do when I do my Facebook Lives. So anyway, let me I got to make sure I get my computer moved over here. That's the hardest part with these Facebook Lives, you guys, is I think I get too ambitious to show you guys too many things, because, wow, have I got lots of stuff. Okay, so these are the cards that I want to share with you today, and I want to talk to you a little bit about ink distressing and what the difference it makes with a card. So first of all of these cards use the same kind of product. They use the mistletoe, Under the Mistletoe Designer Series paper. And I love that designer series paper. It's actually in the annual catalog, and it's probably one of my favorite designer series paper. So many times I think once that holiday catalog comes out, we just kind of forget about our annual catalog. And I'm here to tell you that this paper is gorgeous if you haven't seen it yet in the annual catalog. And so out of all of the Christmas paper, this is probably by far my favorite. And so I paired this paper with a stamp set in the holiday catalog and came up with this beautiful class for all of you. So this is the designer series paper. Again, it's all double-sided paper, but look at the beautiful paper. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. So pretty. And again, everything is double-sided. So I'm going to turn it over so you guys can see the other side. I think my favorite one is this deer. I love the Dashing Deer stamp set that is also in the holiday catalog, and I just love this paper. I think it's gorgeous. So that is the paper that I used. And then I used the main colors of cardstock that I used is Real Red and Early Espresso. And then each one of these cards, I'm not sure if you can see, has the pretty, very vanilla tulle ribbon added. Let me make sure I can pull that up so you guys can see that. Just adds a little bit of pizzazz in there, but that is added to every single card just to give it a little bit of dimension. And look how beautiful they are. Now the product, the stamp set that I used is actually hidden in this catalog. So this product or stamp set that I used in that tin that I showed you is located on page 2, right on the back cover of our holiday catalog. And it is, it's called the Christmas Traditions Punch Box. So it's a box, and inside the box, the tin, you have 2 little ink pads, the little ink spots. You get a block, a punch, and a stamp set. And it's $45. So like I mentioned to you all, I am $800 away from my sales goal by September 30th. So anybody who puts in an order of $30 or more, minimum $30, will be in the drawing to receive your very own box like this. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to make sure you guys can see it okay without a glare here, because I'm afraid there's going to be a glare from my light. Okay, so it comes with its own little Call Me Clover ink spot, Real Red ink spot. It comes with its own clear block. That's kind of nice. So this is perfect for anybody who doesn't have a block yet, or if you need a spare. And then the stamp set, I love the stamp set because I can't get that back in. The stamp set coordinates with this awesome punch, and this is what I used on all of my cards today. Okay, so this little stamp, these stamped images coordinate with the punch shape. And I'm going to bring the catalog back in to share with you a close-up of what the stamped images say, because I'm getting too bad of a glare there with that. So the stamped images say, they're all this size right here, but they're showing them a little bit smaller here in the catalog. I'm going to bring that in and make sure you guys can see it. So one says sending Christmas wishes. One says may your season be merry and bright. Another is have a holly jolly Christmas. Let heaven and nature sing. Jingle all the way. And peace and joy. So again, very awesome stamp set with lots of different versatility for the different sayings, because if someone doesn't want it to say Christmas, they can just have it say jingle all the way. I mean, it's got a lot of versatility to it. And again, I think it's kind of hidden on this front page. What I like about the tin, and I know some people have mixed feelings. They're like, well, I really don't want a tin. I really don't need all that. This makes a great gift. Like if you have, like I know my poor sister's going to probably know everything she's getting for Christmas, but wouldn't this be a great Christmas gift? You just got to put some ribbon around there. And my sister bakes cookies for different people and gives them to different family members. I could so see her reusing and repurposing this tin to put baked goods in it to give to somebody. So I mean, it's a really nice little gift. And again, anybody who puts in a $30 order using this host code, and I posted the host code, it'll be posted with my Facebook Live when I'm all done, but anybody who uses this host code will be entered into the drawing to receive their very own tin. Okay, like I said, I'm only $800 away from my goal, and again, if I don't make it, it's not the end of the world, but I always try to strive to better my best, and I'll get there with that $800 in sales. So let me go over the dimensions of these cards a little bit. And then I'm going to tell you how I structured my class around these, okay? So again, this is a class kit to go that I'm offering online for any of you that live long distance. It's also a great option for any of you that are local. That sometimes I know it's hard to get to my classes because of commitments with kids and family and life. This would be a great way for you to make 16 Christmas cards, lots of product for you to have left over. So your class fee is going to be $40 if you live local. It's for picking up this kit. $45 if you live long distance for me to be able to mail this kit to you. Your kit is going to include a whole pack of cardstock, but it's going to be 12 pieces of Real Red, 12 pieces of the shaded spruce. Now I will be using your cardstock for just the bases of these cards, okay? You're also going to have some left over for you to be able to use for additional cards, which is why I love doing classes like this, because then you can make more yourself. Your class fee is also going to include a whole pack of this beautiful mistletoe, under the mistletoe paper that I just shared with you. I will again use your paper to cut the paper that you need for your cards, and you will get the leftovers of that. And then it's also going to include your very own bolt of the very vanilla polka dot tulle ribbon that you'll use on your cards, and you should have plenty left over for you to make additional cards as well. So what I did to tell you the dimensions of these cards is this is just a standard piece of cardstock that I used as a base, the 5.5 by 8.5, and that is simply going to be folded in half, or you can score it and that becomes the base of your card. Now I did use the new Tin Textiles embossing folder on these cards, and I went to use it to kind of bring it out to show all of you, and it's not at my house right now because my dear sweet friend Jen, who does all of my cutting, is prepping hard for Scrapbook Club and cards for me for the month of October, and so she took it home with her to continue prepping for me. So I apologize, but sometimes I'm telling you, my little elves that just appear here and help me, I couldn't do it without them. So I'm not going to complain that she has that embossing folder. But that embossing folder is part of the Country Lane product suite. And I have to tell you that this is a perfect embossing folder. It's probably my favorite ever, but it is a perfect embossing folder for just about any card, any kind of a country themed card. And I just love it. And so I actually chose to use it on my Christmas card. And I really like the look that it gave me on these cards. I think it's perfect. It's just perfect. So again, your standard card base, let me move my cards out of the way for a minute and we'll go over the dimensions. So I used the card base, which is the 5.5 by 8.5, scored it at 4 1/4. I then, on the red cards, used a crumb cake mat. On the green cards, I used a soft suede mat. Now, would have you had to have done that? No. You could have used either one. You could have just used crumb cake or soft suede. But I wanted to just use a good neutral, and I'll be honest with you, when I designed these cards for my class offering, I didn't have enough of one of the other, so I chose to use both. So again, do you need them both? No, you could easily pick one or the other, but I wanted to add a little bit of brown in there since I'm doing some of the ink distressing. And again, I'm going to go over all that with you here in just a few minutes. Then your next mat is going to be, again, this is 5 1/4 by 4, and then your next one is going to be 5 by 3 3/4. Again, each time that you cut your piece of cardstock, it goes down 1/4 of an inch. Now, this is the mat that you would then use your textiles die or embossing folder and run it through the Big Shot to get this awesome look right here. Again, I don't have it here, and so I apologize. I then used 4 different designs of designer series paper, and these are cut 3 3/4 by 2. And so you're going to be able to get a lot out of your piece of paper by cutting it to that size. It's a really good size for that. And then you're just going to simply adhere these down to the bottom, and they're actually going to go right along the bottom edge of that last mat that I did. You can see that it fits perfectly. And then I cut some, you're going to have some scraps left over, and I use those scraps of paper then to cut a 1 inch by 3 3/4 of a different designer series paper, and then that is going to be what you're going to put up here at the top. Again, the cool thing is you could use any of these colors. You know, you don't have to limit it to just, you know, any of them are going to look pretty there. And so that is what I did. And I'm going to actually, I brought a couple of these mats in. Like I said, I'm making these right now for my Christmas cards for my family. And so I had to go upstairs and steal some of these mats. But I want to actually make a couple of these cards from start to finish with you. So I'm going to actually use these to glue down so I can show you some of the ink distressing. So also I have to tell you guys, I am so thrilled. So I know that I've posted out there that Stampin' Up! Has, oh, I gotta put the ribbon on first. That Stampin' Up! Has updated the clearance rack, and they have fast fuse on the clearance rack. If you are a fast fuse user, go to that clearance rack and please buy some. So they discontinued fast fuse. All of you know I mourned fast fuse for quite a while, but they actually brought back fast fuse, and we were all like, why is it on the clearance rack? They retired it. It said it was out of stock. It was all gone. The manufacturer who they were getting their fast fuse from reached out to them and asked Stampin' Up! If they wanted to buy an additional supply of the adhesive. And Stampin' Up! Knew that they had many people, me included, who were missing fast fuse, who loved fast fuse, and so they purchased an additional 2,500 of the fast fuse cases and an additional 72,000 of the fast fuse refills. So I can proudly tell you, and I shouldn't, but I'm going to, that I have purchased over 100 of those fast fuse refills because I love them. I am so excited. I've hid them in my basement because they are mine. I'm so excited. Anyway, you won't use them in my videos because they're not current. They are right now. They're on the clearance rack, but I love them. So I'm not sure if you guys watched how I did that as I was talking about my fast fuse, but I just simply cut a piece of ribbon about the size to wrap around the middle of that. And then I use glue dots to adhere it. So I'm just going to take a glue dot and put a glue dot on each side of, or each end of this ribbon. And I am just going to wrap this around like so. And voila, you have a pretty little dotted ribbon in there. I love it. And then this is going to be glued down to my soft suede. So again, these sizes are just 5 1/4 by 4, 5 by 3 3/4. This is your 2 by 3 3/4 and your 1 by 3 3/4. Very, very simple. I'm telling you guys, it's this paper that is making these cards so beautiful. I mean, truly, it is. It's the paper. And like I said, when I designed these cards, I knew right away that I had to do this as an online class for all of you because it's a great way for you to get 16 cards made, lots of leftover supplies for you to do with whatever you'd like. Perfect. Okay, so then from here, let me bring my samples back in so you guys can see them. I punched out some coordinating circles. Now these circles are punched out with my 1 3/4 inch punch, and I just simply used some scraps of the different colors that I used for these cards. Again, it's all about the coordination, right? So I used Old Olive, I used Soft Suede, I used Real Red. And we're going to make one card where we don't do any ink distressing, and we're going to make one where we do, because I really want you guys to see how ink distressing brings these cards to life. So let me go into my tin here and get my stamp set out and my block. That's the joy of it all being in here. Now, my class fee does not include the stamp set. So, like I said, my class fee includes a whole pack of cardstock, the pack of paper, the bolt of ribbon, and all your supplies cut and ready. So I'd have punches already punched out for you to be able to make 16 of these cards. If you wanted to add on the stamp set, you could through my online store. And anybody who does, I'm going to be offering them a free embellishment that they'll get in the mail at a later date or something like that. But a lot of people sometimes use their own stamp sets. So I didn't want to have the class fee be too expensive. I wanted it to be reasonable for you guys to be able to just make some fun cards. And if anybody really likes this, I figured they can just add it on. Or you can put that order in to help me reach my sales goal, and then you have a chance at winning it. How's that? You guys can win one. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this image on my paper. This is just a piece of scrap. I'm reaching for my punch. And I used the soft suede ink to stamp that in. Now, I actually should have stamped 2. Let me stamp 2 while I'm doing this. And now you don't have to, again, if you wanted to use real red, you could. If you wanted to use, you know, the shaded spruce, you could. I was trying to incorporate a little bit of a country look and feel to these cards. Boy, you can tell this is a new punch. That punch is really out fast and quick. Okay, so the first card that I'm going to make, I am not going to do any ink distressing. So I'm just going to simply layer these two together. I thought these two layered really nice together. And I'm going to adhere it with some adhesive, and I'm going to put it together on the card with some dimensionals. I love our dimensionals because, you know, they're great for popping things up. I love, love, love them. Don't need 3 of them, though. So this is what the card looks like without any sort of ink distressing. Okay, I mean, it's still cute. It's really still cute. But now I want to share with you what it's going to look like if I incorporate some ink distressing. So if you haven't done this yet, you're going to say, wow, I need to start doing that. So my 2 colors of ink that I go to when I want to do ink distressing is either crumb cake or soft suede. I probably really prefer the soft suede, but I do use the crumb cake if I'm trying to look for a more subtle distressing look. But for my cards that I'm sharing with you today, I use the soft suede. If you don't own one of these 2, I encourage you to get one because these are the perfect ones for incorporating this technique with. So I'm going to use the soft suede, and all I did, and this is such a simple technique that you're almost going to be like, oh my gosh. But all you're going to do is go into your ink with your sponge. Now, my sponges are awfully stained, right? But they're clean. So let me tell you what I do. I know some demonstrators actually put a little, like a little tag on the end of their sponges and label them Old Olive or label them with whatever color. But I don't do that because I don't have the storage space to have my sponges like that. So what I do is I just wash them. I use soap and water, hot, warm water, soap. I wash them and I let them air out on my bathroom sink. True story for any of my customers that have come to my house. Usually when you come to my house and you use the restroom, you're going to see tons of sponges sitting on the counter because they're drying. But it's perfect because you don't have to worry about it then. I do try to keep the dark ones for dark colors, the light ones for light colors, but when they get really bad, I just pitch them. And our sponges you get 3 sponges to a pack, and I cut them into little, like a pie. I cut them into 8 different wedges. So all you're going to do is you're going to dab into the ink, and you're going to simply take the sponge and brush along the outer edge of whatever it is you want to add your ink distressing to. And you can hear that wonderful noise. But it adds a little bit of color and dimension to that. I'm going to also do it with this shape that I've cut out. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that awesome? And yes, I did that for all 100 cards that I made. So I'm going to actually glue these 2 together, and then I'm going to bring them up closer to my camera so that you can see the difference between the 2 to kind of give you a better idea of what it looks like. But I love it. I think it is so cool how you get that awesome little look. Let me make sure you guys can see. I'm moving it down, so bear with me. I'll make sure you guys can see it before. There we go. So anyway, that is the difference between the 2 of them. But doesn't that just add some character and pizzazz to that card? So I'll probably be taking this one apart. I can, since I used snail and not the fast fuse. But this is what I did for all of the cards. So if you ever see cards that look like they have ink on them, that is what they have done. Now, if you really don't like it being that white in the middle, you can also just sponge a little bit on top of that, and it will kind of add a little bit more color to it for you to be able to then have it more, a little bit more even weathered like that. And then from there, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add my dimensionals to the back. Man, those things like to come off. And I'm going to put this one onto my red card. And that is how simple these cards are to make. Simple yet adorable. like I said, my class tonight to show you, it was just a simple card showcasing some products that I think are hidden in that catalog. But aren't they cute? Oh, the other tip I have for you, because I did not do that, if you decide to purchase this class, make sure when you put your dimensionals on, and this is true for any kind of a card, you can see how this is not sticking really good. So what I did is I accidentally put my dimensionals on this way, so they're going to be laying across my ribbon, and I should have put them this way so they'd be on each side of the ribbon. I've learned that the hard way many times, so I'm going to actually stick 2 more dimensionals on here, and I know I have some people cringing, going, oh my gosh, she's wasting dimensionals, and now you can see that that's sticking a heck of a lot better. So that's the other thing you want to make sure that you do when you're making these cards, is that you make sure that you put the dimensionals on each side of the ribbon, not along with the ribbon. But aren't they adorable cards? Again, this is a class I'm offering, a class to go, so you'll be able to make these cards. And again, if you do not want the stamped images, or don't want the stamp set, you can stamp anything else that you might have on them. But this is also a really cute card template for you to be able to implement making other cards. So you could use this exact same design, but use birthday paper down here and use a birthday sentiment, or do a get well card or a sympathy card. So it really gives you some versatility. So when I guess I'm encouraging you guys, when you are looking at cards and you're seeing a card that might be specific for Christmas, always say to yourself, what can I use to substitute on that card so it can work for other things? So I like to refer to that as a card sketch, because that's kind of what you're doing. You can sketch out another card using the same template, the same measurements, just different paper and different sentiments. So anyway, so that is what I wanted to share with you all tonight, was my Stamp-A-Stat class. Again, this class kind of developed from me designing it for my own Christmas cards this year that I'm going to be sending out to all of my family, and decided, you know what, these cards are beautiful. I need to share them with all of my customers. So that is why I'm sharing them with you tonight. So anyway, thank you all for stopping by. I'll be back again next week. Again, if you're interested in placing an order to help me with that goal, the host code is also listed on my website at kimsbasementbunch.com. It's right at the very, very top. It's my host code that I use every single month, so that will be changing for next week. But I'm really close to that sales goal. Anybody who puts in a $30 minimum order with me from now until the end of the month, so 4 days, will get in the drawing to receive their very own Christmas tag, or that Christmas punch box that I shared with you. That's a $45 value. Let me show you it again here in the catalog. So it is right here on page 2, and every single person who does put it in order will get a card in the mail from me with an embellishment of some sort, but it's going to be a surprise. I'm not going to tell you what kind of an embellishment it will be. So anyway, thank you all for stopping. I look forward to seeing you next week. And again, if there's anything specific that you guys would like to see on these Touchbase Thursdays, please let me know. I'm here for you, and I want to educate you and help you become a better crafter and help you get your craft on this fall. So thank you, ladies, and thank you for stopping, and I look forward to seeing you all back here next week. Have a great evening. Bye.